Watch that muzzle. Keep your muzzle down, all right?
Yes, sir.
Where's Mom, Eartha?
She was sitting right across.
No, where is she?
Ceasefire! Hey! No!
On a routine patrol near Baghdad, Sergeant Angela Erb comes under fire. She's a target like any other soldier. But according to U.S. military policy, she is officially not in a ground combat situation. This is Lizette Alvarez with the New York Times. Since 2001, women have taken fire, patrolled war zones, served as gunners, even been killed in hostile action.
Women are side by side with males, and we've broken down that barrier, those misconceptions about what we can and can't do.
But official military policy prohibits women from direct ground combat.
I mean, if you have to be able to lift a certain amount of weight in order to do a certain job, then, you know, the weight's not going to know that whether you're male or female.
I understand why they don't want females in a combat situation.
Let's get out of this thing.
How it works with the guys, that you become their sister. If something was to ever happen to you by the enemy, you could be used in front of them to make them talk.
Today, more than 356,000 women serve in the armed forces, including in the National Guard and Reserve, the largest number ever. In past wars, women served mostly behind the front lines, as medics and support staff. But in Iraq and Afghanistan, where there are no front lines, on-the-ground experience for women is outpacing military policy.
My last deployment, we took small arms fire. We got hit with VBIDs, IEDs, that kind of stuff, pretty regularly.
Contradictions abound. For example, women officers can lead some all-male troops into conflict, but technically they can't serve among them in battle.
When I think about leading troops in combat, I don't consider the fact that I'm a woman. I'm more concerned with getting the job done, completing the mission, and taking care of the soldiers.
At the start of these wars, there was concern that Americans weren't ready to see women coming home in body bags. But the latest New York Times CBS News poll indicates that this is not the case. Women have demonstrated courage and competence in combat situations, winning medals of valor in the process. Whether or not official policy catches up with wartime reality, the experiences of women in combat are now well known inside the military. And for a group of young cadets at West Point, the potential dangers are clear.
I don't feel like being a female, I'm particularly prone to freaking out or anything like that. I mean, you're going to war, you might be shot at, there's roadside bombs, there's tons of uncertainty.
That degree of uncertainty, it exists in everyone's mind, but without it, you'd be complacent, so.
But changes to military policy are likely to trigger emotional debates in Congress. So, as troops move from Iraq into Afghanistan, women may still face combat on the ground, if not officially on paper.
It's getting to the point where it's time to relook things, I think, and relook policy and ask if this really makes sense.